But we've got a big game that's coming up this weekend.
Okay.
And, you know, people who bet pull out all the stops. Many ask those like our friend Vincent, if you're a real psychic, why don't you predict the winner and bet all your money?
Yes!
But he states that it's not how psychic mediumship works.
See, I need to know how psychic mediumship works. Vincent joins us again today to share more about his gift, thoughts on predictions on the big game. So, Vincent, we always love when you can meet us virtually. One day we're going to have you into the studio.
Well, it's great to be here, India, and Jim, thank you for having me back. I'm so excited about the game.
I hear it.
Yeah, we hear. I mean, you're already getting into the whole mood right there.
Look at the stands.
Hey, I used to be a character actor. What can I tell you?
You're nailing it here today. I've got a big question for you, all right? And I know you get this all the time. I'm just going to go straight for the jugular.
Do it.
Why can no psychic predict the big game? What's the deal?
The same reason why a psychic can't predict lottery numbers. Because we made it when we created games of chance, and any type of game like football, baseball, any of those games, we also created an even playing field. And I'm talking on a higher level now when we developed this. So maybe consciously we weren't aware of that, but our souls knew what we were doing. Because if it was that every psychic could predict that, you know, whether it's a football game and who's going to win the Super Bowl or who's going to win the lottery and the numbers, I would own your studio right now. You know what I mean? I'd buy my own television studio. It's like it can't happen that way because it's not fair. It has nothing to do with our inability as psychics. Now, I know some people think that that's backpedaling, but that's not true because there's so many other things that we can predict, but also have to understand something about the future. It changes moment to moment. That's another reason why we can't predict it. So even if I said, for example, oh, the Eagles are going to win, anything could change. The coach could change a plan, you know, the next play, whatever. Somebody gets hurt that we didn't see. It changes everything. You change your future moment to moment, and that's the reason why. Did you know in England, they are not allowed to predict the future over there at all? It's against the law.
Wow.
Would you believe that? That's because we change it constantly. And it could also interfere, you know, in your personal choices. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Absolutely. And so with sitting here and you giving us all of this wonderful advice, let's say we're trying to sift through psychics. How do we do that? How can we sift through and figure out who's real and who is not?
Okay. Everybody has their own intuition. The only difference between me and you is I studied it more because I was pointed in that direction as it being one of the tools for me to help people. But everybody has to listen to their insight, their intuition. So it's the same way you choose a doctor or anybody, you know, a lawyer or somebody that you need to see a professional. You go within, you ask yourself, is this going to be the best person? You know what? People even do that with relationships. How many times have women or men knew inside, oh, I don't know, this isn't going to work out, but may have gone after it anyway, and then sure enough, it doesn't work out, right? When you listen to your intuition and you ask the question, you can absolutely find the answer, and that is even finding your own good psychic. Because sometimes we do want some guidance on the outside rather than coming from the inside. I even will seek them out occasionally, but I'll always ask first, hey, is this guy on the up and up? And by the way, just so that you know, everybody gets that I'm on the up and up, okay? Because I have good intentions, pure intentions. I always want to help. So that's why I can't predict anything. And even if I did and I was right, which I did in the beginning, after a while, it goes the opposite end to balance out, and everything I predict is wrong than when it came to games. So that's why I don't even try. And so don't anybody bet on the fact that I just said the Eagles, even though they need to win. I'm so tired of the Chiefs.
I'm so tired of the Chiefs. Yes, you're right.
We all are.
You're right.
Oh, give me a break. Share the wealth. And let me, it's wealth. Those rings, unbelievable. I wore one. My friend was in the Super Bowl and won. Woo.
I'd love to get my hands on one just to try it. All right, now let me ask you this question. What is a good way, how do you spot one? I mean, how do you spot a fake? What do you do?
Well, okay. If any psychic tells you something negative about your life or about you, run. Okay? There's a difference between giving a caution, like you need to go to the doctor because I'm feeling that there's some things going on you need to check out, and I have a feeling you haven't been to a doctor in a while. Isn't that correct? Oh, yes, it's been several years. Well, just get to one. Not that anything bad is going on, but I've even seen some tumors in people, but still the way I say it is it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But when they tell you something negative like, oh, you have a curse over you, everything you're going to try is going to go wrong until you pay me $2,000 and then I can make it better. So when they overcharge, when they tell you negative stuff, you know your skin starts to tingle and it feels bad. Run, go in the other direction. You should never be told bad stuff from a psychic. Our job is always to give you guidance, but you the choice. Empowerment is what I do. I'll give you an answer maybe of what I see, but I'll always back it up with you are the one that has the choice. I might start the pilot light in your gut. You have to put on the logs. You have to decide whether to listen or not. This isn't absolute truth. You come up with your own absolute truth, because that's why we're here, is to discover ourselves through ourselves, not through somebody else. We can get guidance, yes. That's different than telling you what you need to do. So never listen to a psychic who tells you what you need to do. Listen to a psychic who empowers you and tells you you've got the answers.
Okay, so a question that I have is, I know you're not going to say Eagles or Chiefs, totally fine, but do you think we're going to go into overtime? I mean, can you give me a prediction about maybe some overtime? No?
No, shake his head.
No overtime. No, I'm not feeling it. It's going to be a really good game. Let me tell you. So what I was feeling in the beginning is back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So this one scores, that one scores, this one scores, that one scores, all the way until the time runs out, and the one who scores last wins. Well, isn't that the way it always is? I don't know. Maybe.
But you're saying, you know, maybe some decent offense out there is what you're saying. Okay. All right. I got you.
Yes, it's going to be a good game. Let's put it that way. Two good teams, great games. They're both going to do very well, and everybody's going to have a good time and be screaming all over the place.
Perfect. I'll send you my money so you can make my bet.
Oh, here we go.
That's how we do that.
If we want more information on your stuff, how can we find you?
Oh my gosh, this has been fun. I always love doing this. But don't ask me for lottery numbers either.
Okay.
Can't get them.
How can we find you, Vincent?
All you have to do is go to my website, vincentgenna.com, and that's with a Genna. You can connect with me there. You can also get my book, The Secret That's Holding You Back. That helps you unblock everything so you can listen to your own intuition and create the lives that you want. I've got a podcast, too, The Genna Effect. So all of that is on my website, vincentgenna.com. Thanks for asking.
Some of the Genna Effect.
You
Let me bump shoulders with the Genna Effect. I love that. Thanks so much, Vincent.
Thank you for having me, guys. Have fun this weekend.
You too.
Oh, we are. I love the hors d'oeuvres and finger foods and the commercials. I hope they're really good. I have no idea who the halftime person is, but that's okay. I'm also 70 years old. Who should know then?
Well, you look great.
You look great.
You look great, buddy.
Is he serious?
Yeah, I think
Thanks. That's because I don't bet on any games.
We'll see you, buddy. Thanks.
Have a good one, Vincent.
Take care now. Bye-bye.